Right then, welcome back. Still Breakfast Central on News Central with Olisa Chukuma and Tolulope Adeleru Balogun. We'll have to, go straight to the latest from Uganda. Yes, Tolu, because of the house arrest we know for Bobi Wine. Clearly, he's off all that right now.
Yeah, but there are, of course, lingering issues. Now, a Ugandan High Court on Monday described the restrictions imposed on opposition leader Robert Chagulani, a.k.a. Bobi Wine, and his wife as unlawful and ordered security forces to release the opposition leader from house arrest. In its defense, the Ugandan government had not disputed the presence of security forces at Wine's home in Kampala, but said that they were there as a preventive measure with the aim of neutralizing security threats. Wine, who was freed after 11 days under house arrest, has gone ahead to demand that the authorities also release hundreds of his jailed supporters.
Now, Wine is disputing the outcome of the January 14th election in which President Yoweri Museveni secured a sixth term in office. And they are now being joined by Pyepar Faisal, who's a digital marketer and a member of Bobi Wine's media team. Pyepar, good morning to you. Hello, Pyepar.
Yeah, good morning. How are you? It's nice to finally talk to hello, I can hear you.
We can hear you. Go ahead.
Hello?
Hello, yes, we can hear you.
Loud and clear, we can hear you.
I can hear you.
Okay, now
yeah, so I was just saying it's nice to be back on the internet. As you guys know, we didn't have internet a couple of days back. And yeah, it's good to see you guys.
All right, great.
Good to see you too and hear from you. Now, Uganda now, especially with the supporters of Bobi Wine and his party after his release. How are things there?
Well, in general, things look okay, but for the Bobi Wine supporters or known associates, things are not really good. So you currently have police just rounding up people. You know, today you see someone, tomorrow you don't see them. Then reports come out of, they were taken in a bus that looks like so-and-so, hidden number plates and all that. And some people are living in fear. Of course, other Ugandans are living on normally. Lives are going on normally. People are going to work. But for a specific section of Ugandans, it's really tragic, I mean, if you're known in an area and people know you for being a noob supporter, you literally have to come back home looking around all the time. You don't know who's following you. You don't know whether you're being followed. You really don't want to be on the wrong side of the law where it has to come out that you're actually a noob supporter, because apparently things don't always end that well.
Wow. So are Ugandans reporting other Ugandans for being members or rather supporters of Bobi Wine? Is that something that's happening?
Just come again, please. I didn't hear the.
So I was asking if other Ugandans are reporting some other Ugandans for being supporters of Bobi Wine. Are they reporting them to the police and to the authorities?
Oh, no, they are not reporting, but they have a huge spy network. They don't need to report. There are CCTV cameras everywhere. There are intelligence operatives everywhere. Police, some police officers now don't put on uniform. They walk around in layer. So you can't know whether this is a Bobi Wine, whether this is an SFC or not. I mean, we have instances now where we go to bars and people don't even want to talk about politics because they're scared. What if we get followed? What if we talk about Bobi Wine and, tomorrow you disappear or something? Yeah, I mean, today, people were asking the Minister of Internal Affairs, General J.J. Odong, about the missing Ugandans, and even the Internal Affairs cannot account for them. Wow. They're saying, we also don't know where those people are. But relatives, families, loved ones are like, our people go missing. Why aren't you people looking for them? And the Ministry of Internal Affairs is like, okay, bring your reference numbers, we'll look it up, or go and report the case to police or something, which is it's heartbreaking because we all know how systems work here and they're not that perfect. If someone's been kidnapped, you don't know how, you don't even know the number plate. Where are you really going to start from?
Well, Pyepar, we heard the government, refuting reports that Bobi Wine was under house arrest. Instead, they said that it was preventative, measures with the aim of neutralizing security threats. What do you think of this justification? And was, Bobi Wine and his team, which you're part of media-wise, Were you made aware of these threats?
We all know what's happening, and unfortunately, yes, they've blocked social media, but we can see what's happening. We've seen videos of Bobi Wine and Bobby trying to get out of the gate to buy fruits. Just buy food. Okay, let me go to the farm. And they're being pushed back. This was then before the court order. So it was actually serious. However much the police might have said they were not arrested, why are you not allowing someone to buy food? Why are you not allowing someone to go to a farm? Why are you not allowing someone to get out of their house? Why do you have a helicopter flying over their house? Why? So if it's preventative arrest, I'm meant to believe that in any form of arrest, someone still has to eat food. You can't just starve because you're being incarcerated. And the court ruled that it was unlawful.
Yeah.
And this is why right now the police and the military have left, because if it was lawful, they'd still be there up to now.
Okay, so now let's get to election results. So official election results show that President Yoweri Museveni won 58% of the votes in the election, but Bobi Wine's National Unity Platform has rejected the results, saying it has evidence of widespread election irregularities. Museveni has also rejected the allegation, calling the elections the most cheating-free in Uganda's post-colonial period. So what are the next steps for the Wine campaign and the NUP? We also know that NUP offices were raided and shut last week as well, with reports of things being carted or taken away. So what are the next steps in regards to the election for Bobi Wine and the team?
Well, for Bobi Wine, it's for the opposition. Actually, it's always the same thing. You go to court, you petition the court, to go through the election results, because the election, the EC, which is the Electoral Commission, might have announced the results, but they haven't published them yet. How come a week passed later, we still don't know the individual numbers from individual polling stations up to now? They were uploaded some time back and deleted. So as far as we're concerned, Museveni won, but we can't see the results. You can't proof check. Even when you go for an exam, you write the exam and the results come back, but you receive your paper to see, where your mistakes were, what your hits and misses were. But we're in a situation whereby he won, yes, he won, but okay, now where are the results? We want to tally, we want to confirm, we want to see if there are any irregularities, or get some proof of the election win, which is not yet happening. So it's still going to be the same process: go to court, petition court, get DR forms, as many DR forms as you get, as much evidence as you can get. Although the FDC, that's the other opposition party, said it's really quite useless going to court.
Wow.
Because they've done it a couple of times and it really yielded nothing. In the media, people, they arrest your DR forms, those are in your office. So it's really tricky. But for Bobi Wine, it's new. And like I said, the wave has really disrupted very many things. We've seen very many things happening that we did not believe could happen, and by Bobi Wine of all people, So let's really see what the court process will bring. At least they were able to order the military and the police to leave here, so much they did. But when it comes to petitioning the election results, it's not a simple process. It's a very lengthy process. And as far as official results are concerned, the president won by a very big margin. So it's going to take a lot to convince the court to, do anything about the election results, the current election results. It's never clear cut in Uganda. It's never clear cut. There's always a complication here and there.
Okay. Well, the president himself, Museveni, he's repeated his earlier call for reconciliation with the opposition, saying that the National Resistance Movement Party has in the past incorporated this kind of arrangement. Now, is the NUP open to consideration, considering the offer of this reconciliation in any regard? Will there be from, that opposition camp any, acceptance of reconciliation on their part?
Well, I mean, first of all, I don't hate at all as a person, but it's kind of tricky when you say, okay, fine, we're open for reconciliation, yet there are NUP supporters still in jail, the NUP supporters still missing, the NUP supporters dead, and there's no accountability, there's no investigation. So it's going to be really, really tricky to come up to someone when their supporters are in jail. You know, I mean, up to now, Bobi Wine's campaign team, entire campaign team is still in jail, you know, for a trumped-up charge at that. And they were charged in a military court instead of a civilian court. So about reconciliation, I really don't know, but I really don't know. I mean, we can just wait for the future and see.
All right, we'll wrap it up there, but very quickly, just ask, how is Bobi Wine doing? How is him and his wife, Barbara? It's been about 2 days now that they've had some sort of freedom of movement, no longer under surveillance and under house arrest by military and by security forces. So what's the atmosphere in the Wine residence?
The atmosphere, I would say, still tense because his people are still missing. You know, his campaign team is still missing. The Eddie Mutwes, the Nubian Lees, you know, the people who have been with him from the beginning are still in jail up to now. So it's not enough for you to be free, but what about your people? And you know, Bobi Wine does not look at himself as Bobi Wine. He looks at himself as NUP. He looks at himself as the people power. You know, it's not just about him, it's about everyone else. So it's not over until everyone is free.
All right.
All right, Pyepar Faisal, thank you so much for joining us this morning from Uganda in Kampala, for joining us on Breakfast Central and giving us your thoughts on it. Thank you so much.